The railing's kind of falling off in some places. There's a lot of yellow like stains from probably water running down the buildings. A lot of the concrete is missing, so it's just exposed. Abandoned more than ever. It's all covered in these vines, so dark looking. It looks seriously rough. I'm curious, like what's going on? Can you guys see that right there? That building, the one that's shaped at a diagonal there? That is what we're checking out today. Something that I've been very curious about here in Tumon in Guam. Right now I am walking on the main road here in Tumon. I haven't been down here in a while because it's been very rainy lately. But there's these two big, massive buildings that just look decrepit and abandoned, and I'm curious, like what's going on? So we're just making our way over here. We got to pass all this stuff here. There's a lot of food places and shops and whatnot. There's some housing up there. A lot of very, very beautiful places to stay here on Guam. There's also the hotel here, Pacific Islands Club, or PIC as it's known. And there is actually another hotel over here. I'm not sure which that one is, the pink and white one. Also looks like it needs a little bit of a paint job. But there's also the Royal Orchid, which is also a hotel. But the main thing I want to see is just behind here. Wow, have a look at this, guys. All these vines just growing over here in front of the hotels. I believe these vines are called Chain of Love, which most of them are. You can see they're heart-shaped. But man, they've just taken over. And, you know, that's pretty much like an area that you won't be able to pass through. And if a hotel is going to open right here, they would probably need to clear this out of the way for aesthetics to make it look better. So here on the left is what is known as the Pacific Star Hotel. It says it on the top, and it is one of the beachfront hotels here in Guam that is abandoned, believe it or not. You may have thought, what? There's abandoned hotels in Guam? Yes, there's actually one right here. This is the Pacific Star. We'll get a little closer if we can. Now we can't go all the way over there because that would be trespassing, and I'm not here to break the law, but that's what it looks like. It's yellow. I don't know if it's always been yellow. Maybe it was whiter, and that's just like from mold or from, you know, sediment building up on it. But you can see all the way over there, there is a star, and that would be the star part of the Pacific Star Hotel. So basically what we have here is you have the hotel itself, which is the big part sitting up there, right? And then below it would be the parking garage, which will go towards probably the pool area and then down to the beach. So you can't really see that level as it's all covered in these vines and whatnot. But one thing I want to point out is you can see there's a lot of paint just chipped off of the building. There's a lot of black just sediment or mold or whatever it is growing on the sides of the building, which is not very visually appealing. So to give you guys some context, I've been here in Guam for a little bit more than a year, and the entire time that I've been here, I have not seen this building open. I haven't really noticed any sort of trucks going in there, but maybe there are. Maybe there's some sort of improvement happening. But from what I can understand, it's just been abandoned, and I don't know if they're doing anything to fix it up. They might be. Let's take a look at the entrance here to see. So here it is. This is the entrance to the parking garage and area, and as you can see, man, it looks abandoned more than ever. There is no sort of care for it. Somebody does come and cut the grass, I guess, in the front, maybe just because this is near the road and they want to keep this area looking good, but the rest of it, man, it does not look good at all. It's so dark looking, and it needs a serious renovation. But let's check it out. Pacific Star Resort and Spa. So as you can see, there is a sign here. I wonder what it says. September 12th, 2024. Whoa, that was just recently. What's this? Notice of sale under mortgage with power of sale. Huh, that was just a couple days ago. Now, I don't know a whole lot about sales and, you know, the laws and regulations of selling places like this or whatever it be. But from what I do understand, there are some reasons why this place is not active anymore. All right, maybe it is becoming active. Maybe something's going to be happening soon because some car just pulled in down there. As you can see, there are cones blocking it off here, so you can't go in this entrance or exit, but some car did just go in that way. So maybe, just maybe, there's something happening here. So I don't know if there's like a way to walk down towards the beach from here. There might be. I don't want to trespass this place, that's for sure. Maybe this is a beachway walk. I'm just gonna look right here on the edge. But man, look at the entrance again right here. Like, it looks seriously rough. Oh, that's just some side entrance going down, I guess. Wow, like what happened to this place? This would be an amazing place to stay with the view. You have the view all over Tumon Bay going towards the north there. And you know what? Looking at the building, it does look like there is some renovation happening. Some of the doors and on the balconies, they look like they're new. Honestly, I couldn't imagine a place like this, a hotel right here on the beach in Tumon, to just be abandoned and, you know, not to be in operation forever or to get demolished. So I imagine something's happening and they are trying to work out a deal to get this place back up and running, or for somebody to purchase it. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you guys know what has happened, you guys that have been here longer. So what I really want to do, like I said, is I'm gonna go down to the beach. I gotta find a way to get down there to see the building from the beach side, to see what it looks like. Maybe you can see the pool or something like that, because from the street level here you can't see much. It's very hidden by the landscape, by the trees and shrubs that have just overgrown in the front. So it's hard to really see into there, but it does look like there is some work. Now, the reason why I've come down here to show you this is because there are two buildings here in the Tumon area that are abandoned. One is right here, the Pacific Star, and the other one is right behind me, called the Verona Resort, or that's what it was. I think before it might have been called the Sherwood Resort a long time ago. But as you can see, they're across the street from each other. There's the Pacific Star, and then right behind me is the Verona Resort. So I want to check out this one from a distance, of course, because you can't get that close again. That would be trespassing, and who knows what's happening in there. So I'm going to quickly try to get across the road here. As you can see, that's the Verona Resort straight ahead up there above this smaller building here. Oh, maybe that's part of it as well. It might be, because actually that one has broken windows all right here. There's a little graffiti zone down here. That would be the Verona Resort there, and as I can see from this distance, all the doors are open to the rooms, which is really weird. Why would the doors be open, especially during this time of the year when it's the rainy season, and it was just raining like straight for almost a week. Alright guys, here we are. We're approaching the entrance here to what was once called the Sherwood Resort Spa, I believe too. And from the looks of it, as I can see on this side, man, there's a lot of damage to this building, it looks like. All the doors are open, as I said. There are some cars over there, so it looks like people might be working on it. Now, that could be a reason why the doors are open, because they are doing work. But man, that building looks rough from here. Almost like they should just condemn it. All right, you can see right there, guys, that's the sign, Verona Resort. It's kind of hidden behind all the invasive tongue trees there. But that was once the sign, and this was once a beautiful entrance, and now it's pretty ugly, pretty overgrown. It needs a lot of repairs, a lot of money to fix this place. Look, there's just like chairs there, random stuff. And you can see they actually have a crane or some sort of thing up there, like a hoist. So on top of the building there is like some sort of hoist to probably, you know, get some supplies up to work on it. I don't know how they're trying to fix this up, going from the top and down or bottom or up or whatever they're doing. But it seems, from the look at it, both of these are actually under construction, you know, slowly. Not like a big construction crew is here renovating it, but they are slowly, which is a good sign. So maybe in the future there are plans to open both of these places back up. It looks so abandoned. And even here, guys, you can see like it's super overgrown with vines as well. Lots of vines just overgrowing the landscape here. So when they do get this place back and running, if they ever do, they're gonna have to do a lot of landscaping work, which is gonna be very expensive and very exhausting for those guys. But as you can see, let's like look at the building here. You got like the railings kind of falling off in some places. There's a lot of yellow like stains from probably water running down the buildings. But wow, a lot of the concrete is missing, so it's just exposed. I don't know if that's from the typhoon, if they did that on purpose, but man, the building looks seriously rough. Now as I'm walking by, I did see some cars, as I was saying, and there's actually a guy sitting down there in the entrance. So maybe they have somebody sitting there to prevent people from going in there, or even, you know, homeless people from squatting in there, because it could be a potential place for people, you know, to stay away from the elements out here that don't have a home. But it seriously looks rough. I think what I'm gonna do is do a quick Google search on these two places and see what I can find. But yeah, Verona Resort, Guam used to be something. It's a serious shame because you got nice views, you know. If you're in there and you're going that way over the beach, your view would be nice. Well, based on a little Googling I just did for a couple minutes, the Verona Resort, which was once called the Sherwood Resort, as I said, which I had heard before, seems that the reason why it closed down is because of bankruptcy. So whoever owned it went bankrupt, and then of course from there it's all history. But I also did see that resort there, back in, was it 2002, there was a typhoon that actually did a lot of damage to it, so they had to do a lot of repairs. Maybe they never fully recovered from then, but it closed down in 22, I think 2022 or 21, so just a few years ago. And so seeing how Google said that it was hit by a typhoon, you know, back in 2002, you're talking more than 20 years ago, it may have never fully recovered all the way, and so they've always been doing repairs from then. You know, from a distance it doesn't look so bad, but when you get up close it's really rough. And it's 2024 now, so even if this place closed down in 2021 or 2022, 3 years have really wreaked a lot of havoc on it. Maybe that's from them tearing it apart, or the weather, or something else, but I really can't imagine that just 2-3 years ago somebody was living in there, or a bunch of people were, because I did read on Google that they turned it into, I think also like as condos, or they were trying to. It was a hotel originally, a resort, but they were trying to transfer it to a permanent living space. But I don't know, I don't really understand what happened to it. Maybe you guys know, let me know. But from what I can only assume is whoever purchased it, if somebody did purchase it, they just don't have the money to fix it up, or they can't fix it up in a timely manner, as it's very costly, because I'm sure that is a multi-million-dollar building, you know. Yeah, who knows, will we ever see it fixed? But now what I want to do, as you know, they're right next to each other, we're gonna go back to the Pacific Star and check that out from the beachfront, as that has beachfront property, and the Verona Resort didn't have beachfront property, but it still had a nice view because it's overlooking Tumon Bay up on the hill a little bit. So we're gonna head down to the beach and see what else we can see with the Pacific Star. Maybe it looks better from the beach side, as it would look more picturesque from there. As we make our way back down to the beach, I gotta find how to get down there. I could probably cut through the Pacific Islands Club, I'm not really sure. Just want to say there's a lot of beautiful places here in Tumon, if you don't know, which a lot of you guys already know. But like places like here, you got Tony Roma's is good, a good place to get some pizza. Boonies is a nice bar here with a lot of good different beers on tap and a lot of games you can play. It's a great place. Jamaican Grill. And then there's just a lot of little things all around Tumon that make your stay more pleasant. And it is a nice area to live if you can live down here. I don't live down here as it's too expensive, but this is an area that's very desirable for many, many people. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna get to Ipoh Beach and then go down the beach from there, as it's a public beach and easier to access. And you know, I don't really know about some of the other hotels, so this will be a better way to go. Plus, I get to walk down, you know, the area here in Tumon, which I don't get to do often. All right, guys, here we are. We've made it down to the beach to try to check out that Pacific Star from this side. And as you can tell, it's low tide right now. It's very calm. A lot of people out enjoying the beach after, you know, a few days of not being able to go to the beach because of the rain. And as I can see, that's the Pacific Star there. And from here I can tell they've actually painted one side compared to the other side. So there is work being done on it. But we're gonna get closer and take a better look. See how close we can get. Just passing PIC, the Pacific Islands Club, here on the beach. And yeah, I'm glad it's actually low tide today, because if it was high, it might be a little bit more difficult to get down this way towards the Pacific Star. But I am pretty close to the Pacific Star now to be able to see it. And man, it definitely looks a little bit different from the side. It is a little bit overgrown on the beach side as well. So here we are, we're approaching where the Pacific Star would be from the beach side. It looks like there's some little, I don't know, hideout here, maybe something from the old war back then. And then there's some stairs that maybe go up towards the chapel or something, and the building or something like that, because I see a chapel up there. But as you can see, this might be, I don't know, part of it or not. I'm gonna try to go up here, see if I can get a better view from up here. I'm guessing this just goes up and over. Oh yeah, you can see the Pacific Star there. This does go up and over, but the Pacific Star is right through the trees there. It's really hard to see because it's so overgrown with all these plants. There's a chapel there, which might be part of another building, or maybe it is part of the Pacific Star. I'm not really sure. Just gonna go a little bit further to see if we can get a view of the Pacific Star. Something tells me that it's gonna be maybe impossible because all the trees and stuff are so overgrown. Yeah, so this is like another building in the back. You can see it through the trees there. It's kind of blocking the view. Maybe it was some sort of I don't know, beach club there with a restaurant, because I'm assuming these stairs here should lead right up there. We'll just go up, we'll take a look right here at the top. Pretty cool stairwell area though. It's like, I don't know, fake wood or something. Oh yeah, so this would be the beach entrance for the Pacific Star. Look, you can tell people use this. There's a lot of trash here. This is probably, I don't know, beach restaurant, something like that, as I said. But then that would be the Pacific Star. Oh, actually, no, that's part of something else. That's not even part of the Pacific Star. The Pacific Star is on the other side. There it is, you can see it. Wow, it looks really decrepit from this side actually. It's really yellow, really stained. Some plants and grass growing on the balconies. Turns out the chapel is actually called the Rainbow Chapel, so that is a chapel, and this is probably the access point for it, so people probably come down this road to get there. And there it is, the Pacific Star. Well, I'll tell you what guys, this is the side where you can tell that they're painting it. It is white on the side and then it gets yellow, so white would be the new color, yellow would be the old color. So they are working on it slowly. And even you can see it's actually some maintenance, some landscaping happening out here. They got the trees in a pile over there, so they're trying to maintain it. They cut the grass, so it does look like this hotel will be in operation again one day soon. But I still want to see if I can see it from the other side. So from my little Google search, from what I understand about the Pacific Star Hotel, is that it also closed around the same time as the Verona Resort did back in 21 or 22, just around that time of the year, the transition of the new year. And basically the reason why it closed is maybe loan default, so they couldn't pay their loan. There was also, I guess, a lawsuit where some visitor, somebody that was staying there, actually drowned in the pool. So then there was a lawsuit about that, of safety procedures or safety regulations that were in place for guests staying there. So that might be a reason too. And then also, from what I understand, is they did use the Pacific Star as a quarantine spot during COVID, during the COVID pandemic. So that tells me that it was in operation for a little while, and then maybe after the COVID pandemic kind of started to fall off, it was no longer in operation. And here we are from the beach side. There it is, the Pacific Star from the back. It looks extremely ugly, but it does seem that they're fixing it up, as I said. And then you would see this would be the Pacific Star's beach. It is not the best beach. They would definitely need to fix this up as well. You know, kind of get rid of this grass, make this all sandy and nice, and maybe get rid of some of the rocks. But that would be the little passageway that comes down. But again, as I said, look, they would have a very nice view. They have the whole bay unobstructed here, all the way over to the Tsubaki Tower, to Lovers Point. So this was definitely a nice hotel once upon a time. And look at that, they even have like their own little boat ramp. Once was a boat ramp, very overgrown. Maybe a boat ramp, I don't know, it looks like an incline, there's stairs, so you maybe not bring a boat down, maybe kayaks or something. But it's really crazy how, you know, things can change very quickly over time. You know, something that sits on the beach can be beautiful and then become an eyesore. I am looking forward to seeing one day when this opens and seeing what it's like. Well, there you have it, guys. That's a look at the 2 abandoned hotels here on Guam in Tumon, in this region along the beach. You know, I try to get as close as I can without breaking the rules and without, you know, trying to go inside the buildings, which would be really cool, but there are some reasons why you wouldn't want to do that. You know, you don't want to get in trouble. Who knows? There can be safety hazards. The structure might not be that good. I don't know. And there could be a lot of mold in there, so I don't want to encounter that. But if you guys know anything about these 2 buildings, because I don't know that much, let me know. Let's have a little discussion in the comments. I would like to hear what happened to it, what it was like once upon a time, if you have experience staying at these places, because how can they be here, right? So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I need to go get something to eat, something to drink. I'm sweating. Didn't expect the heat to come out like this, but that is how it is here in Guam. So I'll see you guys soon from the next video. Peace.